2023 is looking so good, especially if you're a fan of Japanese cars. Today we're diving into each brand, each new model coming from the Japanese automakers in 2023. Welcome back. Are you excited for what 2023 will bring us? If you are, hit that like button. Now I have timestamps below to help you guys navigate to your favorite Japanese brands. I got my coffee, matcha here. Make sure you have your caffeine and let's get into it. Let's start with Honda. Honda just had a big year in 2022. The CR-V has hit the market. 50% will be sold as hybrid. It's one of the smoothest hybrids on the market. Check out my first drive review in California with that boy. And the Type R is now on the market as well. Good luck getting that one. It might be a little bit harder. And 2022 has been kind of a tough year for Honda sourcing materials, and therefore their supply of vehicles hasn't been great. But 2023 is looking better. The worst is behind Honda and production should start ramping up. What's coming for 2023 for Honda? Well, we have a new Pilot. Now, the new Pilot's in production at the end of 2022, but we'll see availability of it on a much larger scale in the very beginning / winter of 2023. Carrying over the 3.5 liter V6, they said it's all new, but it's got 5 more horsepower. But the best thing about the new Pilot, better layout, and you have the all new 10-speed auto going into the Pilot, in-house built transmission from Honda. Love that 10-speed auto. Outside of the new Pilot, you have the new Accord. Now, I won't be driving the new Pilot. It's on my birthday, so I figured I would stay home, spend it with the family, if you know what I mean. But the new Accord I will be driving at the end of January, so stay tuned for that because I can't wait to drive, especially the new Accord Hybrid. The styling on the new Accord is a bit conservative, but I guess I'll wait to pass judgment until I see it in person. Now, one of the vehicles I'm most excited for Honda is the new Civic Hybrid, and it will be coming to America by the end of 2023. It is available in other markets already, especially Europe. It has the 2-liter hybrid system right here, 181 horsepower, 232 pound-feet of torque, and I'm expecting over 50 miles per gallon on it. If we can get it around 27K starting, it should offer a really good alternative to the Prius, especially if they bring it in the hatchback form. Now on to Honda's premium brand Acura. Acura is continuing to evolve. We had the RDX refresh in 2022. We had the return of the Integra. How about that? And the NSX, unfortunately, was killed until we get a new one sometime by the end of the 2020s. That's going to be fully battery electric. But it was amazing to drive the NSX Type S on track. What's coming for 2023 for Acura? There's a possibility of a TLX refresh. I think some new technology in the interior would be nice, especially like a digital MID behind the steering wheel. I'd love to see a manual transmission offered in it, but too good to be true. We'll get the Integra Type S sometime in 2023. I'm expecting the fall. So if the Type R is maybe too exclusive and maybe too pricey for a Honda for you, well, the Integra Type S is essentially more of a luxury version of the Type R, and it should be available in higher volume, higher quantities is what I'm speculating, is because the Type R is built in Japan. In order for Honda to make the Type R, they build the engine in North America, they ship to Japan, they test it in Japan, and then they ship it back to North America and other parts of the world. So I think that's why volume is going to be significantly lower than the 100% made in America Type S, but time will tell. Just before this video, Acura showed us in-house spy shots of its camouflaged ZDX that'll be coming in ZD4 2024. So stay tuned for that vehicle. We'll probably have an official design reveal in 2023 of the ZDX and availability of that all-wheel drive GM Ultium based crossover in 2024. Heading on over to Subaru. Subaru in 2022 brought out the Solterra. So their first battery electric vehicle is now on the market. And what's coming, they actually have a pretty interesting thing coming in 2023. We have a new Crosstrek, probably the same powertrains, Carrying over the 2 and the 2.5 liter Boxer, we have a new Forester, and we're also going to have the new Impreza. We know kind of what the new Crosstrek and new Impreza look like, and they have traditionally been based off of each other strongly. But the new Forester we don't know much about. Now, the news coming out of Asia right now is that Subaru is halting development of plug-in hybrids. They're only going to develop hybrids and fully battery electric vehicles. But we could see hybrids of their new lineup here in 2023 with the Crosstrek. Probably most likely would be the Forester, even though we've had the plug-in hybrid Crosstrek available in certain states in the past. That vehicle is canceled. So here's to hoping for hybridized Subarus to improve their fuel economy and torque. Let's get on over to Nissan. Nissan, interesting 2022. They killed off the Rogue Sport despite its identical vehicle, also known as the Qashqai. That vehicle is new and available in other markets despite it being killed in North America. But we'll talk about maybe why that is later on when we talk about Mitsubishi. Altima got a refresh in 2022, Versa a refresh, and the Nissan Z hit the market. Oof, beautiful car. Awesome to drive. What an amazing vehicle. And then Spy Shots just came on my channel for the Nismo Z. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hopefully we get a reveal of the Nismo Z in 2023. But let's get into their main lineup. The Aria, their first crossover battery electric vehicle. We've known about this vehicle for a long time. We're finally going to see better availability of it in 2023. That's why I'm mentioning it. We'll see the E-Force all-wheel drive models as well as the front-wheel drive models. Rest in peace, Maxima. 2023 will be the last year of its production until possibly they bring it back as a fully electric vehicle in 2025. That's what I'm holding out for. We'll see what happens. They also could call it something else like the Silvia, which would be pretty cool as well. Sentra refresh in 2023, and I think that rounds out Nissan. Heading on over to Infiniti, Nissan's luxury brand. It's been hot mess express for them. Sales have just plummeted. New product is few and far between, like years far between. QX60 in 2023, it's not really new. It's been new in 2022. I guess that's what happened in 2022 for Infiniti. Should be massively available in 2023. But we're hearing that the Q60 Coupe could meet its end in 2023. Q50 might live on for another year or two. And that's it. That's it for 2023. Q60, rest in peace, probably. And then QX80 will be new in 2024, and then we'll have a new EV sedan in 2025. So yeah, Infiniti, the turnaround is going to be slow if they're able to turn it around. I want them to. Rounding out the Nissan Mitsubishi alliance, talking about Mitsubishi, the Outlander plug-in hybrid is hitting the market as I speak, so it should be widely available in 2023. And what if we get a new Outlander Sport? The old one is supposed to be killed off, kind of like the Rogue Sport. But like I said, that Qashqai, that global model might come as a Mitsubishi here in North America, and that would spell well for Mitsubishi's lineup in 2023. But pretty quiet on their end as well. Mazda, one of the smallest manufacturers on this list, is having a heyday at the end of 2022 and in 2023. I have the CX-50 in my driveway right now. It's a 2023 model. It's a pretty darn good driving little crossover, so wait for my review on that. And that was a new vehicle in 2022. But as we look forward to 2023, there is so much for Mazda. Rest in peace, CX-9. Stay tuned for my hands-on reveal of the CX-90, all like rear-wheel drive, inline-6, plug-in hybrid, inline-6 turbo, like the bee's knees is coming for this large 3-row crossover at the end of January. So stay tuned. I will bring you guys my hands-on coverage of this behemoth. CX-5, there are some rumors floating around that it would be canceled, at least for North America. That might have been their plans as they introduced the CX-50. But the thing is, the CX-5, they're able to produce those en masse and send them to America still. The CX-50, they can't find enough workers at the Alabama plant. So the CX-5 is not going anywhere for 2023 or 2024, in my opinion. I'm expecting a refresh of the beautiful little Mazda 3, and that would include, of course, the hatchback and sedan. Possibly a refresh on the CX-30 as well for it's sometime in 2023 is a 24 model year. And what about the MX-30? Are we finally going to see the rotary range extender on it? I think so. Is it going to hit America at the same time as the rest of the world? Probably not. I just don't want to get any hopes up. for the MX-30 rotary hitting America in 2023, but it's a possibility. Could be bringing out the CX-50 hybrid in 2023 as a 2024 model, and that would be an amazing achievement to use Toyota's hybrid technology and bring out the best CX-50 yet. Good torque, good power, not quite as much as the turbo, but you have way better fuel economy. I'm getting like low 20s on the CX-50 in the driveway. CX-70 could come out in 2023, but they might stretch that to 2024, and that is going to be the two-row variant of the CX-90 essentially. If you guys need to take your bathroom break, go ahead and do that. Press the pause button. Are you back? Did you unpause me? Let's get into Toyota, the biggest manufacturer in the world. Highlander refresh happened in 2022. The Corolla refresh, the Corolla hybrid refresh, the GR Corolla came in 2022. And the CHR officially has met its end for North America as the rest of the world gets essentially a crossover version of the Prius for Europe and Asia. In 2023, Crown finally hits the market. It was supposed to hit the market late 2022, but Crown is going to be pushed to 2023, wintertime. Prius and Prius Prime should be, well, the Prius, first of all, is going to be available probably February. Just depends on when those vehicles get to your dealership from Japan. And then the Prime will be available in late spring is what I'm hearing. Definitely stay for my driving impressions of the Prius Prime, which should happen around March, April timeframe. We should also get finally the Corolla Cross Hybrid. I'm expecting to drive that vehicle at the Prime Prius drive. So two birds with one stone there. And yes, many of you have been waiting for the Corolla Cross Hybrid. It's going to be a segment dominator. Grand Highlander. This vehicle will be live streamed. The reveal will be live streamed here. I could go, Toyota invited me to go to Chicago in the middle of winter to see the reveal. I'd rather just hang out in the comfort of my home and close to my family here in South Florida and do a live stream. David Chow will tag along and we'll bring you guys the Grand Highlander and show our thoughts. We'll have a new Camry. This is probably one of the most excited vehicles on the entire list for me. The new Camry should be coming for Toyota, and we're seeing amazing renders out there. I hope it looks a little bit like the Crown sport vehicle, and it's going to be fully hybrid. So rev up your engines and electric motors, and we'll have a new Camry coming out of Kentucky by the end of 2023. New Tacoma. A lot of you guys, big Tacoma fans. It's not Tuesday, otherwise I'd say Taco Tuesday. I just did, so that defeated the purpose. New Tacoma, new platform on the shrunken version of the Tundra's platform, the F platform, and it will have turbo 4 cylinders. Fingers crossed for a manual still sticking around. That would be great. And hybrid 4-cylinder turbos. I guess I could just bring up the spreadsheet with my estimation. So base Tacoma, around 265 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. They could tune it for more torque, but the inline 4 turbo hybrid, taking that 2.4 turbo, 10-speed auto, 310 plus horsepower and 440 pound-feet of torque. This is the little brother of the iForce Max. It's still rumored to be called iForce Max, so we'll see. And the return of the Land Cruiser could happen. David Chow and I had a live stream on his channel, Automotive Press, talking about what the new Land Cruiser could be in America. It's pretty much been confirmed by one of the CEOs, Jack Hollis, for Toyota. We just don't know exactly when it's coming out. David thinks it's going to be by the end of 2023. And I think it's going to have what the Tacoma is going to have for powertrains. So turbo 4-cylinder, turbo 4-cylinder hybrid. So we'll see. Would be great to have a twin turbo V6. I guess so, but we need to keep moving. Lexus, the luxury brand of Toyota, has a lot of exciting things coming in 2023. And probably the most mysterious out of all of the brands so far. So in 2022, we had the 5th generation RX redesign hit the market. People are really enjoying it. We had the UX refresh. In other parts of the world, they had the UX 300e refresh with a bigger battery, more range than ever. So that's pretty cool. But in 2023, I'll be driving the RZ450e, the first global battery electric vehicle for Lexus. And it's going to be kind of like a more powerful BZ4X. which will carry over its strengths and weaknesses because it's still on that ET&G platform. But I'm excited for Lexus electrified vision, not so much the RZ, if you know what I mean. That lineup that they showed a year ago, those ISs in it just looked insane. The RZ doesn't have that sort of excitement for me. Lexus TX, finally, Lexus is getting a family moving 3-row crossover that's not a $100,000 cramped LX, and it's, well, it might get that expensive, we'll see. And it's not a questionable 3rd-row Lexus GX, aka Land Cruiser Prado, with no cargo space. The TX will share essentially everything with the Grand Highlander, but we'll get exclusive powertrains. I'm hearing plug-in hybrid, very low volume, potentially V6 with that plug-in hybrid. And it's going to have multiple powertrains, as Lexus likes to do. So you'll have the turbo 4-cylinder, you'll have turbo 4-cylinder hybrid, just like the Hybermax or the RX 500H, and then you'll have a 550H Plus and very limited volumes. Lexus GX, this is the luxury version of the Land Cruiser Prado, which, hey, that Prado is probably coming out for Toyota by the end of 2023. Lexus GX, it's been since like 2009 since we've had a new Lexus GX. So excited to have this baby on the market. GX 550 is trademarked, so we'll have twin turbo V6. I guess I can just plug it in for you guys. 348 horsepower minimum and 405 pound-feet of torque minimum. Eventually they'll end up hybridizing it, and that's essentially the Sequoia's hybrid setup with 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. We still have a couple wild cards for Lexus in 2023. Last year, Acura Toyota showed the battery electric future for Lexus, and there's a small little hatchback which looked to be a future variant or version of the CT. Rest in peace, CT. It's officially been canceled in Japan, where it's lingered on many years after the United States and even Europe. But the CT should be getting a complete redesign and essentially make it a luxury stretched version of the Prius. Holy cow, that gets me excited. The UX is way too compromising in my opinion. Not enough space. I don't like the ride height. It's not as fun to drive as the old CT, even though it has a lot more power. Also, I didn't mention this, but UX 300H has been trademarked. Currently, we only have the UX 250H, guaranteeing that the UX will get the 194 to 196 horsepower that we have on the new Prius. Right? About time. So hopefully we get that hatchback, fancy Prius essentially for Lexus announced in 2023. And what about the GT3 vehicle that will be the replacement for the LFA in some ways, as well as the LC? Could we see that in 2023? Maybe, but we might get an official announcement that it is a Lexus. I'm not expecting it probably until 2025. The trademarks are there for that vehicle to exist. And when you have the trademarks of the design, typically the new model is not that far away. But that sums it up. Which models, which brands are you most excited for 2023? Lexus GX, I'm very excited for. I'm excited for the Mitsubishi Outlander being widely available as an excellent alternative to the RAV4 Prime, for example. Integra Type S is going to be awesome, as well as a Honda Civic Hybrid. And there's many other models on this list that, yes, I could just spend a lot of time just salivating over. I'm going to end it there. I'll see you in the comments. If you made it this far, haven't hit the like button, I would appreciate that. And make sure you're subscribed, because I want to share in all these new reveals and first drives of all these new models coming out in 2023. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and peace.